Kai. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about gender.
Didn't you already do this already?
Shocking, I know.
Not really, considering that with almost every conversation you have with your spouse, you're acting like a pompous asshole about it. Sorry for those people that are, that go through transitioning. I'm just, giving my points on, or at least my opinion on, this individual's behavior.
But I wanted to talk about why I thought I was non-binary before I finally came to the revelation that I am a binary trans man. Because it's a doozy. It's a...
No offense, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm insulting any people who are trans, but at this point, and especially in the case of Kai, nobody fucking cares at this point. Considering that, one, we've heard it so many times, and two, again, you sound like an asshole about it. So at this point, why would anybody care? Just tell us that you want to be called a certain way or use certain pronouns, and we're good. I don't know why you have to keep repeating yourself.
Yeah, I've only ever really talked about this in bits and pieces, and I think that it might be able to help somebody else, and I just think it's good for explanation reasons, keeping y'all in the loop and kind of my thought process with everything. Either way, it's an interesting story.
More than likely, I have a feeling it's not going to be. And I go back to what I said a little bit ago, is we've already heard this story. We've already heard about your transition, so why do you keep repeating yourself? Unless, of course, you're trying to make it seem legit or trying to convince people as much as you can. I mean, let's face it, you already have that crowd that doesn't believe you to be an actual individual who has transitioned. Only somebody who is dressing as somebody who has transitioned. And just so people don't get offended, I'm saying other people's opinions, not my own. I'm only commenting on what other people have said, like Calvin Gara and so on. So, yeah.
So that's why I'm here. I don't know what to do with my hair anymore, so if I'm playing with it the entire video, I'm really, really sorry. I'm having a hair crisis. I don't know if I want to part it this way, ew, no, or this way.
You're fucking weird.
That's emo. Or to the front, it's a little too long for that, but that's what I like. Or to the side like I was, but I didn't do it that way last night, so it's not cooperating. See? Oh boy.
I know I'm going to sound like an asshole, but no offense, when it comes to the topic at hand, you just wasted time bullshitting about your fucking hair when you could have been talking about what you're supposed to be talking about when it comes to this video. Again, I know I'm going to sound like a nitpicky asshole, but that's just the way I'm seeing it right now.
If you have not been following me for very long, I used to identify as agender and then as a non-binary trans-masculine person. Let's go back even further. We'll start at the beginning. We'll just go in chronological order. So, obviously, I used to think I was a cis girl. I spent pretty much all of my childhood hating myself and my body and not feeling like I fit in anywhere and not really understanding why or how to fix it or how to cope with it. When I was younger, I had pretty much never even heard of transgender as a concept. My only ever exposure to something like that was the trans woman that you see in the movies who goes on a business trip and cross-dresses in her hotel room. That was my literally only exposure to trans people my entire childhood. So,
no offense, but it's interesting that this whole change for Kai begins the moment that they, or at least starts when they are in their relationship with Anit-Onision.
I really didn't even know that it was a thing.
You serious?
I wouldn't say my family is conservative necessarily, but they are pretty religious, and we didn't really talk about gender and sexuality and anything like that. So as well as being unaware of all of these subjects, I also didn't feel like it was something I could talk about. The first moment I ever had an inkling I wasn't cisgender was when I blinded with like a sports bra and a, what are those called? bandeau for a photo shoot I did, a gender bend photo shoot. Like the light bulb, you know, turned on. And so I had texted a couple of my friends and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm cisgender. And I didn't really have a label for a long time, but went by genderqueer when it was like very, very new. Just, I know I'm not cis, but I don't know beyond that, like what's going on. And then I went as a demigirl because I still wanted to put myself in that mold of being a girl, but I knew I wasn't cisgender. After that one got entirely too uncomfortable, and I knew that I wasn't really feeling connected to being a girl in any sense of the term. I didn't really know.
Damn it, Wade!
Okay, I'm gonna sound like a very heartless bastard, but I'm gonna say this. I don't find this genuine for some reason. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but just hear me out. With the way she's talking here, as well as the way she talks on the videos with Anit-Onision or the podcast, is way different. Right now she's, they, or he, is putting up this front that, he is, you know, happy, in a good mood, but whenever gender or transitioning is being brought up by Anit-Onision, then they become more aggressive about it. So, and all in all, I'm gonna say, when it comes to this particular thing, I don't know the best way to put it. I feel like this particular video is just trying to convince people of their story to make them feel more sympathetic, but I just feel like they do a lousy job when they act one way in a video and then act another way in another video. I just don't get it. I really don't. So, final thoughts is, I just don't think that this is genuine. Okay? I know I said this like 3 times already, but I can't consider this as genuine. Just with the way that they act. I know that that's very harsh for me to say, but again, especially with, and I'm going to say this because with Anit-Onion's history, and I know a lot of people are already speculating on it, I wouldn't, you know, second guess the fact that Anit-Onision, after marrying Kai, Laney-Bot, Taylor, has tried so hard to convince them that they are either non-binary or a trans male. I honestly, when it comes to this particular topic, I would love to hear from other people, their thoughts. Again, I know I've been sounding very harsh on when it comes to this case with Laney or Kai, but it's just, and I'm gonna say this. I don't want to try to devalue somebody. I really don't. But when it comes to these stories, especially with them, it just seems like they're trying so hard, so freaking hard to push the narrative that they are a trans male. So, I'm going to end it here. If you have any thoughts, leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.